Alright, so in the last video I showed you how we can use Elkonin boxes or a word building board to practice some phonological and phonemic awareness skills. We're going to start again just to recap that and then look at how we can introduce letters to do the same thing and build some words. Alright, what we're going to do is we're going to think of a word and start, and the word we're going to start with is pat. And so what I'm going to do is point to the counters as I say the sound that's in the word pat. P, a, t. I bring them down. P, a, t. And I put them back together. Pat. So what we're doing is we're pulling apart, or we're segmenting the sounds in the word, and then at the end we're blending them back together to say the word. So what this is really important for is being able to break a word up into its sounds is going to help us with our spelling, and being able to see that and then put it back together is going to be really good for our reading. So that's why we really want to practice this. So what we can do is take the counters away, and now we can look at starting to put some of our sounds in. So we might just choose a couple. We need to have a vowel, they're in red, and it's really good to start talking to kids early about vowels and consonants. So I'm going to choose a vowel sound. I'm going to put in the A sound, and then I'm going to put in the the T, the P, and the S to start with. As we get really good we can add more and more sounds, but for this video we'll just start with a few just for an example. So what we're looking at now is I'm going to now say a word, and instead of pointing to the counters we're going to start pointing to the letters that match up with those sounds, the letters or the graphemes we use to represent the sound that we hear in the word. So this time if we had the same word, pat, instead of pointing to counters we now look for P. Here it is. P, A, T. So we need to bring those down in that order. So P, A, T. And then we put them back together. Pat. Now we can move them back up and think of another word. The next word I'm thinking of is map. A, P. So the first one, A, P, map. I can try one more. The next word that I'm thinking of is the name of a person. It's Sam. S, A, S, A, Sam. If we want to make it a little bit more difficult, we can put in another vowel sound. This is going to be harder now because your child's going to have to think about whether it's an A or an I in the word that they're hearing. The word I'm thinking of, it's going to be another name, Tim. T, I, m. T, I, m. Tim. Let's try one more. The next one is going to be pit. P, I, T. P, I, T. Pit. We can keep practicing this. We can change the sounds. We can even get to a point where we say, okay, now you've got the word pit. Pit. Now I want you to change a letter so that it says pat. And that's when kids are going to have to start to think, it, but I need at. Which one changed? Ah, this one's not right. I take it out and I swap it in. At, pat. Alright, now I want you to change something so that pat becomes sat. So they think at, but I need at. Oh, I need to change the p to a s, at, sat. Now I want you to change sat to Sam. Sat. Ah, this is the one that needs to change. Sam. we're going to keep practicing doing this quite a lot to help kids understand and hear and realise how they can change sounds in words to make new words. It really helps with their decoding or their ability to look at a word in a book and sound it out and put it back together to read the whole word. It's also going to be helping them with their spelling. We really want them to be able to sound it out and know which graphemes or letters they need to write to represent the sounds that they're hearing. So this is a really nice quick activity. You don't have to do it for many words, but it's really good practice.